Hello everyone, welcome to the Reaching Out channel. For this video I wanted to look at one of the reasons why we stopped going to Jehovah's Witness meetings, which was the issue of higher education. The organisation historically have always been against higher education, something that I've never really understood, but seeing as we had now become parents ourselves, we were now facing the decision of how this would affect us personally for the future generation. So, if I give you a little bit of background, I'm a third generation Jehovah's Witness. My father was contacted with his mother and sister just at the time when they were in their approaching their early 20s, and so my father he had an apprenticeship lined up which he turned down so that he could go pioneering in the days when he had to do about 100 hours a month. My auntie, she was extremely intelligent, multilingual, amazing lady. She had a university place lined up and she turned that down again to go pioneering. My dad has spent his entire life telling me that it's the worst decision he ever made and how his life would have been so much easier had he kept that apprenticeship. So what would happen when I was due to leave school? In those days, mandatory education ended at 16. I was in no way prepared or qualified, indeed, to get a job. So my parents stuck their necks out and were amazingly supportive. They allowed us to stay on for an extra 2 years to get vocational qualifications and training that would enable us to get work come age 18. What were the repercussions for them? Well, my dad at that time, he was the watchtower conductor. He was removed from that privilege. He was no longer allowed to take the watchtower, so he was pretty much an elder in name only. I can only imagine what the elders' meetings must have been like for him. I think there must have been torture. So all credit to my parents for allowing me to do that. Did we ever discuss the prospect of me going to university? Of course not. Nobody goes to university. I always excelled at school, but didn't even cross our minds to talk about university. This was 2 years of staying on at school. This was not a university education. I remember in my final year at school, the deputy head teacher said so to my parents at the teachers' evening, next year we'll be discussing what university she goes to. And I remember coming out and just feeling absolutely despondent because obviously that conversation was never going to happen. It was never in my future. So I've been really lucky. Those 2 years of extra training really helped me. I've had wonderful employers who've paid for me over the years to do postgraduate qualifications, so I've managed to leapfrog my missing degree, which is amazing. My husband's the same, but would that option be available for my children? Well, the financial situation in the country these days, I don't know if that option would be available to my children. So even though it's another 10 years away, it's already making me think about higher education. I also don't want my children to spend their years at school thinking that they don't have to bother, they don't have to try, because they won't be staying on at school anyway, they'll just be getting a job. So why put any effort in? Which I did see that attitude amongst my peer group, that they were just going to go to school and have a laugh not really push themselves, because there wasn't really any point, because Jehovah's Witnesses are interested in trying their best, which I think is a not a good attitude to have. So that really made us think, is this ever going to change with the organisation? Are they ever going to change their stance on higher education? And you know what, I don't think they ever will. If they haven't done for the past 40 years, then why would they change it for my children? I don't think they will. So that was another concern as to why we didn't think the Jehovah's Witnesses had got it right on this one. Thank you for listening. Take care. See you later.